What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. As requested, Milo is in the building. I want to talk about Amazon today, selling on Amazon, and I want to talk about the viral video that I put up that has almost 20 million views on 3 platforms. It has like 12 or 13 million on Instagram. It has 4 million on YouTube almost, and like 3 million on TikTok, if I'm not mistaken, and some other places as well. It was about a young lady who sold on Amazon. She actually created a product. She went to a manufacturer in China. And if you missed this video, I'll put it down below so you can go watch it. But she created a product and she had it shipped here to the United States. She sent it to Amazon FBA, where they hold your inventory until it sells and then they ship it out for your customers, Amazon Prime. And she started experiencing a high level of returns, and it was basically return abuse and buyer fraud. Now, when I posted this video, I had no idea it would go viral. I couldn't ever imagine that I would get that many views, almost 20 million on 3 platforms. It was pretty incredible. But what was more incredible was it received over 100,000 combined comments. I think it's even higher now. And some of these comments were just trolls or little kids or teenagers or idiots or people just being dumb. But a lot of it was legitimate people who don't understand Amazon and Amazon selling. And I want to cover the most received comments I got and the answers to those comments and little known facts about selling on Amazon and what happens to sellers and buyers and the policies and all that sort of stuff. So without further ado, let's jump into what was the most asked and commented things, because there were a couple of them that I saw all the time. And I'll try to screenshot at least one of each of those and put it up there in the corner. So the first thing is people said, this was the overwhelming biggest comment, just put no returns when you're selling them on Amazon. And you can't. Literally, there is no such thing as no returns on Amazon. There's no such thing as no returns on any platform, but especially on Amazon. And so on Amazon, there are categories like food and medicine and perishables and things where you can select no returns. But even those, it doesn't matter. So if a buyer wants to return an item bad enough on any platform, but especially on Amazon, all they have to do is click that button that says, I want to return this, and they can either A, lie about the reason, or B, they can just select one of the reasons that they know from experience or from other things that are always going to be approved. And I'm not going to tell you which ones they are or what to say. People figure it out, like everybody knows. And I'm not going to help, scam. But basically what was happening is she was selling a stroller bag, a child stroller bag for parents to put their stroller in when they go on vacation, on airplanes or trains. And it protects it and it zips up, and it could also be carried as a backpack sort of thing. They were taking it on a vacation for like 1 week and then just sending it back to her. And literally there was like luggage gate tags still attached to some of them, their names in Sharpie written on them. And people were saying, well, it must not have been a good product if everybody was returning them. No, she showed the pictures where they were perfectly fine, but people just wanted to rent these bags for a week. Now, I think it was like $75 to $100 is what she was charging for these bags, which I think was the reasonable, fair price. I'm not exactly sure, and I don't have kids to tell you that price, but I think that was it. And she was probably all in with cost of goods, shipping, fees, everything, probably only making about 20 or 30 bucks a bag. So when she would have one returned and she had to refund all the money, then she was out essentially 3 of the sales. And she said thousands of dollars. Well, at 100 bucks a piece, that might only be 30 items, right? So she did have significant returns, but it was the money amount that made the difference. And I don't think her product was bad. It could have been bad. It could have been bad quality, could have been just send it back, but I don't believe so. I think this was a lot of parents taking advantage of the fact that they're like, oh, I'm never gonna use this stroller bag again. Let me get my 100 bucks back. People are just despicable like that. And the biggest miscommunication is that people think they're buying from Jeff Bezos and Amazon, when in fact they're buying from a small seller like me or her or what have you. Now, with that said, people just think that Amazon's taking the hit. They're not. We are. We have to pay that return shipping. We have to pay the fees, the advertising money that we got, probably that she paid to advertise and promote these, that she won't get back, her cost of goods. She can no longer just resell them as a brand new stroller bag. She'd have to sell them as used with, who knows, somebody's name on it, whatever. So it's really not worth any money. And so that was the biggest overwhelming, 1 or 2 comments that we got. And so people don't understand how the returns work on Amazon. And hopefully if you don't, and you don't understand that it's not always a big company, it's a small person, now you do. So the other big one that we got was people saying, well, she should just do, instead of selling them, she should do a rental business. Okay, that sounds like a great idea. Let's rent the bag. Rent it from me for a week or 2. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not familiar with any sites that people go to rent merchandise. Where do you go to rent a stroller bag? I'll wait. There's not a site. You go to Amazon to buy one. Amazon doesn't have rental services. There are no sites. So people said, oh, well, she should start her own Shopify or Wix or GoDaddy site to rent them. Oh, yeah? How is anybody going to know where to go to see her bags? She's got to advertise. She doesn't have traffic. She's not Amazon. She's going to spend thousands and tens of thousands of dollars to advertise her website, to promote it. That's silly. For a rental bag business, she just won't even do it. It's a great idea in theory, but it's a really bad idea. Renting stroller bags, people aren't going to pay. What's she going to charge? 30 bucks instead of 100 to buy it? She's not going to make any money because she has to buy these bags. It just doesn't make sense, right? Like, it's a good idea. People had good intentions with that comment, but it just doesn't make any business sense. It doesn't make. So that was the other overwhelming comment. So the other overwhelming comment on the Amazon sales thing was that it's part of their policies and you sign up under the terms of service. It actually is part of the terms of service where you agree to the returns, and a lot of people don't understand that a lot of those return options will actually deny the return, especially in those other categories that I talked about, like the perishables and food and medicine. But on a lot of the categories, there are some return options as the buyer side, if you select it, that they can decline that and deny it. But like I said, and I'm not going to help anybody with this, if you know which ones to select, it's a acceptance 100% of the time. So there's a lot of people that say you could just return it or you could just do no returns, but you actually can't. The other side to it is, even if it gets declined, if they can't do the return or the denial, they always have chargeback options if they use the credit card, which I have absolutely had people do to me. It sucks, but they've gotten denied the return through Amazon, but they just use their credit card directly to charge it back. So that's part of the reason why you can't fight it, and people don't understand that, or people don't think about it when they leave the comment. They're just being, like really quick on their phone. So I wanted to clear that up for people, because a lot of you were going to sell on Amazon, but you were like, oh, I'll just do the no returns. Doesn't work that way. So that was the last one. I made notes about all these comments, by the way, because there were so many of them. The final one was everybody saying, obviously, like, don't sell on Amazon, go to the other platforms. That's definitely an option. It's easier to deny them on other platforms like eBay or Etsy or whatever, but Amazon, of course, the biggest platform. So that's why people went there and sold on it, because they were like, oh, just don't sell there. But obviously you want to go to the platform that's the biggest platform because you can make the most money. So it's kind of a catch-22, but that was like the majority of the comments. I would say like the top 5 that we got. If you go over to those videos and you look and you scroll, there's like 100,000 comments literally. You can scroll through it and see it. The rest of them were just like idiots or trolls just being smart Alex and whatever else they wanted to say. But you can read it, have fun enjoying them. I'll link all those below as always. And to the young lady who did all that, I'm sure she'll do something else. She'll be fine. People were making fun of her looks and her Botox and her plastic surgery and her house. Like, all those comments I don't bother to mess with, because that's not about business or anything like that. And if people are making fun of all that stuff, it means they're not worried about the money. They're more worried about like her looks and things. So enjoy going to watch those videos. I'll link the original one below, and then I'll link the social media ones that you can go watch, like the viral ones that had like 12 million views. And let me know either if you sold on Amazon or if you didn't sell on Amazon. This is what I get when I try to record videos from now on, is this monster always interrupting. He's just nonstop. But if you guys do sell on there, or if you were thinking about selling on there, you can leave the comments below. Let me know questions, comments, concerns, whatever you have. And I'll check them later. I'll be out tonight, but I'll check them tomorrow for you. So as always, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm sure Milo appreciates it too. And we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and come back and see us real soon.